Today the weather is very nice. There is a bright and sunny sky in the middle of winter. Alex and I climb Bozok Hill on days like this and reach the summit of Karachi. We light a small fire on the plateau at the summit, roast the chestnuts we brought with us over embers, and eat them by peeling. The summit is very cold in these months, but the view is enchanting. From here, we watch the entire valley, the frozen Violet Lake, and the majestic Hiram Mountains. These white snowy mountains sometimes take on a purple color under the crimson lights of the sky, and at other times, they are veiled in blue. They always present a unique visual view. We can see the town's bustling activity, the carriage drivers transporting passengers with horse-drawn carriages, Walnut Grove train station, the Grand Municipal Building, and the clock tower. Alex, in your opinion, which season is the most beautiful?
Of course, each season has its own beauty, but I love the winter of this town the most. I enjoy watching the pine forest covered in white and the frozen Violet Lake in winter.
You're right. I love it when it snows in winter and skating on the Violet Lake. In spring, there is a lot of work to be done in the town.
The soil, rested throughout the winter, awakens from its slumber, putting on its colorful new attire.
I really love the spring of Walnut Grove. I will miss this small town a lot when we go to the big city for university.
I don't think I will be going to university.
So, what do you plan to do then?
I will stay here and continue to help my father on the farm. Have you decided which university you will go to?
I haven't decided yet.
So, what do you want to do? Are you still considering becoming a teacher?
No, I'm more interested in becoming an architect. I want to design beautiful homes where people can find happiness and create wonderful memories.
Is coming back to town. Part 3. Alex's cousin is coming to Walnut Grove by train next week.
Wow, you really love being organized. Whenever I drop by, I always see your room neat and tidy.
Alex, there are so many books here. Are all of these yours? What kind of books are these?
Most of the books over there belong to me. I love reading world classics like Tolstoy, Hugo, and Shakespeare. The ones on the other shelves are Albert's comic books and magazines.
I haven't seen Albert for a month. He must have found a good job in the city.
He had started working as a waiter in a cafe, but he quit after 2 weeks. Then he worked as an apprentice at a barber's, but he couldn't stay there for long either.
Finding a job isn't easy these days. So, what does Albert want to do?
Well, he's not much good at anything. He hasn't had a decent job since he left school. And he doesn't know what kind of job he wants.
If he was a bit more ambitious, he would apply for more jobs.
He's not ambitious at all, so he doesn't apply for many jobs.
Albert is actually smart and fun. I'm sure he will find his purpose in time.
I think the problem is that he's lazy. He doesn't get up till midday. And he doesn't shave, and he doesn't even shower often. He doesn't look good.
If he had some nice clothes, he looks smarter. If he looked better, he might get a girlfriend and that would help him a lot.
I don't think so, he's useless.
Why are you so pessimistic? I think you shouldn't read more Tolstoy.
Hey, where are they? Hasn't anyone come to greet me? Wow, what a welcome. It feels like winter will never end. Thank goodness it's not snowing today. I have to walk for almost an hour. I told Alex on the phone that I would come. Wouldn't it have been nice if he had sent someone to pick me up on a horse? I can't believe I have to walk all the way home. Oh, there's Susie. Hey, Susie. It's so nice to see you. What are you doing here?
Hi, Albert. I'm glad you're back. My mom sent these warm cookies for you.
Mrs. Evelyn must be an angel. Nothing beats warm cookies on cold winter days. I'm really hungry.
Enjoy your meal. Please say hello to Mr. Lewis for me. I have to go now. See you later.
All right. See you later. And please convey our thanks to Mrs. Evelyn. Hey, Alex.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, just as I said. I had to come back when I ran out of money. I spent all the money I earned on hostel and food expenses. What else could I do with $500?
We were so afraid that you'd become rich and forget about us.
I didn't want to worry you any further. Mrs. Evelyn sent some cookies, but I guess you're busy. Oh, I see. I'll take care of them for you.
Buzlar eriyor. Part 5.
The arrival of spring in Walnut Grove sounds lovely. As the ice begins to melt, it must be refreshing to see signs of new life and warmer days ahead. It is March 21st. On this day, the day and night are nearly equal in length all around the world. It's a time when nature starts to awaken from its winter slumber, flowers begin to bloom, and temperatures gradually rise. Alex had woken up early and was about to take a shower, but he couldn't find his towel. Meanwhile, Albert was still asleep. Alex called out to Albert.
Hey, Albert. Did you take my towel?
Why are you grumbling so early in the morning?
I can't find my towel.
Are you talking about the blue one? I had to use it because I haven't washed mine yet.
Okay, Albert, I get it. But next time, could you please ask me before using my towel? I shouldn't get angry or speak ill today.
What's special about today?
It is March 21st. I'm observing a bad word fast.
Does today have a special meaning?
A Turkish friend told me about it. He said whatever you do or feel today sets the tone for the whole year. They refer to this celebration as the Newroz festival. For them, this is a 3,000-year-old tradition, and March 21st marks the beginning of the new year and heralds the arrival of spring.
That sounds cool. What do people do during Nevras?
Well, there are 7 main stages to the celebration. People start by observing a bad word fast 2 weeks before the festival, where they try not to say anything negative.
Oh, interesting. What else do they do?
In some beliefs, those who seek to enter the new year cleansed of their sins leap over fires on that day. Bathing and jumping into water are also among the customs practiced for purification. Jumping over fire and water stands out as a common element in all Nevras celebrations. In this day, people gather around the Nevras table, which is set up with 7 different dishes, in hopes of experiencing a year filled with abundance and prosperity. Everyone sits together at the richly laid table and wishes for the year to pass with ease by eating a bit of each dish. They also clean up the environment, visit the elderly and sick, and have special days dedicated to children and youth.
Wow, sounds like a time for community and positivity.
Definitely. It's a time for people to come together, celebrate nature's renewal, and embrace hope for the future.
I love the idea of starting the new year with such positive energy. Why don't we light a fire and celebrate the arrival of spring? That would be so much fun.
Alright, after we finish the chores on the farm, let's invite Susie and celebrate the arrival of spring together.
In Walnut Grove, the day begins early. Alex and his grandfather, William, have already gotten up. Grandfather turned on the stove and put the bread dough kneaded the night before into the oven. Alex has started preparing breakfast, and Albert is still sleeping. Smells like delicious bread. Alex is beating the eggs, getting ready to fry them in the pan. He's also setting the table while calling out to Albert.
Before Grandpa gets angry, go and feed the chickens, will you?
Good morning, girls. How are you all doing today? Hey, Patchy, you're looking better today. Have you seen Fast Rocky around? Isn't he coming for breakfast? You did great, girls. I love you all. See you tomorrow morning. Good morning, Grandpa.
It's almost noon. What's your plan for today? I'll be stopping by the Evelyn's farm. Mrs. Evelyn asked me to take care of their horses.
I'm going fishing in the afternoon. I might meet up with Susie in town for a coffee.
I'm going to stay on the farm to take care of the horses. Additionally, I'll need to clean the stable and milk the cows. Hi Ruby, you look great. How about taking a stroll after lunch? The weather is getting warmer, the snow has melted, so we can go for rides every day now. It's been a long time since we climbed Bozok Hill together.
Grandpa is in the workshop measuring and cutting the planks to repair the barn roof. Alex groomed the horses and is now cleaning the barn. Mr. Luis went to Mrs. Evelyn's farm. Meanwhile, Albert has disappeared, probably avoiding work. Someone needs to prepare lunch and take the sheep out to graze. Grandpa also needs help carrying the planks, but no one seems to be around. Albert grabbed his fishing rod and bag and headed to the lake to go fishing.
I'll catch some fish, relax a bit, and then head back to the farm to take the sheep out to graze.
Mr. Luis, I'm so glad you came. It's not always easy to find a veterinarian from town. The 6-month-old foals need their tetanus and rabies vaccinations. There's no one else in the village who can do it. We're lucky to have you.
Neighbors should help each other, shouldn't they? Let's go ahead and vaccinate those foals.
Mr. Luis, how about joining Susie and me for dinner tonight? I'll be making Grandpa's favorite turkey pie.
Now, I'll keep an eye on the sheep until my Uncle Luis arrives, and then I'll go to town with Susie. We might sit in a cafe and have a good time.
Hey, where are they? None of them seem to be around when needed. What am I, their caretaker? Don't they feel ashamed to make the old man work like this? And Luis, does he still think he's young and has choices to make? I wish he'd hurry up and get married so I could be relieved from cooking. And Albert, that boy has no work ethic at all. Ah, Alex, you're the only one I have hope for, my grandson.